So what do you think? Is our world coming to an end? Let's find out in today's video. Have you ever heard of a black hole? Well, if you haven't, then get ready to be astounded. Black holes are among the most fascinating phenomena in space. They can be millions or even billions of times bigger than our sun, yet they are invisible to the naked eye. That is unless you want to get sucked into one. You see, black holes have such a strong gravitational pull that nothing, not even light, can escape their grasp once it crosses a certain point of no return known as the event horizon. This makes them truly terrifying, yet also incredibly intriguing. Black holes are formed when a massive star collapses at the end of its life cycle and all of the matter is crushed together in an extremely small space. The gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. But how big do these things actually get? Well, the answer might surprise you. Some black holes can reach millions or even billions of times the mass of our sun. Yet they can be relatively small in size, just a few miles or kilometers wide. We don't know exactly how big black holes can get since we can't observe them directly, but scientists believe that there's a theoretical limit beyond which they simply cannot grow any larger. This is because as a black hole approaches this maximum size, it begins to slow down and eventually reaches a state known as near equilibrium. At this point, the balance between the inward pull of gravity and the outward push of radiation is almost equal, and the black hole stops growing. However, black holes don't always remain stationary. In fact, sometimes they move around, and when they do, they can cause some serious damage. This is why astronomers are constantly scanning the skies for any signs of rogue black holes wandering too close to home. And guess what? They found one. Yep, a black hole about 10 times. The mass of our sun is hurtling through space at an astonishing speed of 2 million kilometers per hour. It is estimated that it will pass within just 20,000 light-years from Earth, which is pretty close considering that a light-year is about 9.4 trillion kilometers long. The closest a black hole has ever come to Earth was in 2020, when a team of astronomers discovered one located just 16,000 light-years away in the constellation of Ophiuchus. Although this black hole is relatively small, weighing only about 10 times the mass of our sun, it still poses a potential threat to our planet. It's like having a hungry T-Rex lurking in your backyard, except instead of flesh, this predator is after galaxies. You see, black holes are like cosmic vacuum cleaners, and they feed on the matter around them. And although it's highly unlikely that this black hole would ever get close enough to pose a threat to us, astronomers are still keeping a close eye on it, just in case. To put things in perspective, the black hole is located in the constellation of Ophiuchus, which is more than twice as far away from us as the center of our galaxy. However, given its speed, which is estimated to be around 7% of the speed of light, the black hole could potentially reach us within a few million years. That's not exactly next week, but it's still worth keeping an eye on just in case things take a turn for the worst. To help you understand how dangerous this black hole is, let me compare it to something a bit more familiar. Imagine a car traveling at a speed of 7% of the speed of light. It's equivalent to over 20,000 kilometers per hour. Now picture a person standing next to that car trying to hold on to a ball. The force exerted on the ball due to the car's movement is similar to the gravitational force exerted by the black hole on objects near it. If the person holding the ball can't withstand the force, the ball will be swept away. Similarly, if an object gets too close to a black hole moving at such a high speed, it can't escape its gravitational pull and gets sucked in. This means that the black hole will continue to grow and become more massive, possibly disrupting the delicate balance of our solar system and posing a threat to our very existence. So what would happen if a black hole the size of our sun were to suddenly appear right next to our solar system? Despite being just a few light years away, the chances of seeing a black hole up close are slim to none. Black holes don't emit light, making them impossible to spot with the naked eye. Even professional telescopes would have a hard time spotting a black hole of this size, unless it were close enough to a bright star. Second, the black hole would likely go unnoticed for a while, as it passed through our solar system's outer reaches. As it approached the inner solar system, however, things would start to get a little crazy. The black hole's gravity would begin to mess with the orbits of asteroids and comets, sending them hurtling towards the planets. This would trigger a flurry of activity among astronomers who would try to track down the source of the disturbance. But it would be too late. By then, the black hole would be nearing the inner planets, including Earth. At this point, people would start to panic as they realized the danger that was looming over them. But there wouldn't be much they could do. The only hope would be to somehow deflect the black hole off course, which is easier said than done. Just as the black hole approached the sun, it would begin to tear apart the fabric of space-time itself. The gravity would become so intense that nothing, not even light, could escape its grasp. The sun would be the first to go, followed by Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. The black hole would continue to devour everything in its path, leaving nothing but a trail of destruction in its wake. Okay, let us rewind a bit and explore a scenario where the black hole passes a bit further away from Earth. You see, while the exact effects depend on its distance from us, one thing is for sure: it would be devastating. As the black hole approached, Earth would experience a series of seismic events that would dwarf anything we've seen before. Earthquakes would shake the planet and tsunamis would crash into coastal cities. The black hole's gravity would also cause extreme tides, disrupting marine ecosystems and causing widespread flooding. But that's just the beginning. As the black hole continued to approach, its gravitational pull would start to rip apart the planet's atmosphere. The winds would become so strong that they would wipe out entire forests and level buildings in major cities. People would struggle to breathe as the air pressure dropped dramatically around them. But it doesn't stop there. The black hole's gravity would also cause Earth's orbit to change. The planet would start to move closer to the sun, causing extreme temperature changes and disrupting the climate. Plants would wither and die as the sun's rays scorched the land, and food shortages would soon follow. People would be forced to flee their homes and seek shelter in underground bunkers, desperately trying to survive the ordeal. The future of humanity would hang in the balance as we struggled to adapt to the drastic changes caused by the black hole's presence. However, even in the face of such devastation, the human spirit would endure. Scientists would work tirelessly to find a way to reverse the damage caused by the black hole. They would develop new technologies to purify water, grow food in hostile environments, and protect people from the harsh conditions on Earth's surface. The goal would be to restore balance to the solar system and ensure the survival of our species. It would be a long and arduous journey, but the human race would persevere and ultimately prevail. We would rebuild our lives and create a new world that was stronger and more resilient than ever before. The experience would bring us closer together, and we would emerge from the darkness more determined than ever to protect our planet and preserve our species. If you enjoyed this thrilling tale of survival against the odds, stay tuned for more exciting adventures. And who knows, maybe one day you'll find yourself on the edge of a black hole, facing the ultimate test of courage and resilience. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on the action. Thanks for watching.